So it's time for new brake pads on my Specialized. The pads are wearing out and I noticed they're getting loud and my stopping power is reduced a little bit. So I found a really cool replacement on Amazon, which is a good fit. And I've been wanting to try the longer brake pads anyway, so I'm going to tell you all about it. With this method, you do not have to loosen up the brake cable, which is nice. I'm also going to show you how I stack and arrange the washers for best fit, which means this could work on other bike brands also. I'll put a link for these in the description below. I'm going to briefly cover the install and the key points, and that will save time so I can take you along on a ride with me at the end to discuss the brake performance. Because brakes are such a big safety issue, make sure you get everything checked out by a qualified shop. First thing I did was place the pad next to the rim to make sure that it would fit, and then I lined up the new and the old pad, and you can see they have the same arc and curvature, so I knew they would work. The best tip I have for you is take a couple pictures of your old brake pads before you take them off. Take a look at how the washers are set up and the cones. Then you want to assemble the new brake shoe with the assortment of washers that's given to you in a similar manner, and especially the same height and distance. That will minimize adjusting later. I didn't have to replace my brake cables because they're in good condition, but you also want to replace any old or worn parts, and that includes rusty or bad cables. Notice that the caliper is completely opened up so that there is room, and that is done by the quick release that is above the tire on each brake caliper. So as I said, when you take off the Specialized old pad, what you want to do is immediately reassemble it with all of the washers and cones just the way it was, and then tighten the screw over it so you have something to look at. Now you compare this to the new one and line up the assortment of washers to get the best fit. I'm assuming the number and different kinds of washers that they give you apply to different bikes and applications, so yours might look different than my Specialized Sirrus. See how some of those washers are concave and convex and have like a bowl-shaped side? That will help you manage the angle of the pad when you install it. You want it to be similar to the stock pad. In other words, you want the angle to be appropriate when the brake is applied so that it's hitting the rim properly. I left the front brakes on so I'd have something to look at, and obviously did one side at a time. Also, these are directional, so there's a right side and a left side pad, and then an arrow pointing to the front. If for some reason I didn't have enough space or clearance between the rim and the caliper to get the new pad in, all I would have had to do is go up to the handbrake by the handlebar and just loosen up the cable adjustment screw to let out some slack. And again, the nice part of this method is I did not have to loosen the set screw or holds the cable in by the caliper. Right here I'm shifting the pad upward so that it hits the rim better. It's close enough where I can leave it and just adjust the cable, so it's actually going to be perfect and less work. If for some reason there wasn't enough room or clearance between the rim and the caliper to get the new pad in, I could have simply gone by the handlebars and loosened up the cable adjustment screw to let out some more cable, but I didn't have to do that. That nice slow spin means the pads aren't rubbing, which is great. Nice grab. Here's the cable adjustment screw by the handbrake I was talking about. This should be your final adjustment to get the brakes close to the rim without touching. Also, you can use this cable adjustment at any time during the life of your brakes if you need to adjust how tight they are working. Perfect. Coming to the end of my ride with the new brakes on. I left the front Specialized brakes on just so I could compare, and the rear brakes, the new rear brakes, just peek here, are excellent. I would say they're not as hard stopping. Like the Specialized brakes were pretty hard grab, and these are a firm grab, kind of a softer but steadier grab, so it's not that jarring kind of. So I'm guessing the pad material is maybe a little bit softer, probably quicker wearing. I'm okay with that because I'm just okay with it. I was able to lock the back brakes up in the dirt. It's been a very long time since I've been able to do that with the Specialized, so I like it. I was able to get them on and get them really close to the rim without having to loosen the cable or undo the nut and reset them and everything. All I had to do was a quick fine-tune adjustment, and I like how they feel. So because they're wider and grip more of the rim, I'd probably consider this an upgrade, and they feel good. Not an amazing, like, blow me away upgrade, but a worthy replacement for the Specialized. I would say definitely as good as the Specialized stock. So yeah, man, I would definitely buy them again. So my brake upgrade was a success. I do like these better than the stock brakes, and I'm going to leave a link in the description for the pads if you want to pick up a set for your Specialized. And I'm going to let you just enjoy the rest of the video here, man, and finish my ride. I'll see you next time, man. Thanks.